Two of my good friends from the West Coast are Titus and Tate from obviously the world famous podcast. My man Tate Frasier right now is on the line getting ready to join us for Stuffed. And Tate, my question to you is, for somebody like me who is getting ready for the first four tonight in Dayton, how are you finding these blank pages now in the middle of March? All right, and Tate's trying
to hear me now?
There he goes.
Oh, Rothstein, it's an honor to be here. I will say that. And I have to point out that I'm in quarantine right now. This is, I have not been healthy since about Friday. I had my birthday on Friday the 13th. I entered the 27 Club on Friday. March Madness fell apart over the weekend, as you know, John. So I don't really know what to do with myself. I've been coughing. Like I said, I haven't been around people very much. It's me and one other person in here in quarantine. So I don't know what to do. I wish the first four was playing. I wish I was healthy, and I wish that we were talking about college basketball. But I am happy to be here. I can't say that. I am happy to be here.
Is that your girlfriend back there on the couch, Tate? Is that what we're doing here? We're breaking news here?
Yeah, yes, and she's also in quarantine, and we got the dogs in here. I mean, it's a wild world that we live in, Jon Rothstein. It is. I don't know what else to say other than that.
All right. Well, obviously, Tate Frasier not too concerned with cleaning up empty bottles when he has house guests, but you know what? You learn something new every day. You know, I've obviously been talking to a lot of college basketball people here the last couple of hours, and we're talking about, you know, the biggest things we were looking forward to in the 2020 NCAA tournament. For you personally, what was the biggest storyline that you were most looking forward to seeing unfold in the NCAA tournament?
My biggest storyline, John, is pretty simple. I thought that Mark Pope, a.k.a. the Young Pope, and the BYU Cougars were destined to go to Atlanta. And I know that, you know, every team right now, they're going to give the spiel. Like I just heard you talking about Maryland. You're like, Maryland, the last time they won the national championship was in 2002, and it was in Atlanta. And they had the roster, you know, with Juan Dixon, Steve Blake, Chris Wilcox, Lonnie Baxter, all those guys. But to me, the BYU team, when they got Yoli Childs back, they had a little bit of a fire that was different than I had seen before with that BYU program. They had gone through the Maui Invitational. They had become, you know, a program that I think had a real shot at making some noise in the tournament. So for me, it was BYU just as a program. And then as a player, Obi Toppin and Dayton, right? I wanted to see what Obi Toppin could do with that team and make a real run with the Flyers. So those would be my two logical answers. And then my final answer would be Leonard Hamilton to the Final Four. That's what I wanted to see, Coach Ham in the Final Four. So those would be my big three right there.
You know, Tate, we saw so many different things throughout this college basketball season. Kansas over the last month separated itself as clearly the best team in the sport. When you think back to 1920, what will be your biggest memory of the season, which we just saw ended prematurely?
I will say this. I am very happy that I was not there in 1920. I don't think I would have survived, you know, survival of the fittest back then, Jon Rothstein. But my biggest takeaway when I think of the 2020 season, it will be the fact that, you know, it was just the one time that we all, unprecedented, right, is the word that we say all the time, and words become worthless. But this is unprecedented, and the whole situation is unprecedented. And I think about Virginia and what they had to battle to go from losing to a 16 seed to winning last season, and now they get 2 years as the champs. So all in all, my biggest takeaway would be college basketball was not able to thrive like it always does in March. But again, we are, as a community in college basketball, trying to survive and advance. And I appreciate you taking it on and being the man that you are, John, because you're leading us all through this. I don't know what to do, as you can tell. I'm in quarantine. I can't even go to my own house. So I need you. I need this moment. I need stuff. So I appreciate you making it happen.
Well, I mean, you're letting us in right now to what it's like with Tate Frasier during a world crisis. I'm curious right now, where is Mark Titus right now? I mean, if you're Robin, he's Batman, or vice versa. I mean, we are in a situation of dire need, and we can't find your running mate.
Honestly, we did a podcast last night. I was barely able to survive that podcast. I'm not coughing as much as I was yesterday. If anything, he went to Dayton last weekend. He may be in quarantine at this point. I will do my best. I don't think there's any Batman and Robin in the situation, but we're more like the Hardy Boys. So I will be Fred in this situation, and I will figure out what's going on with my brother.
Well, obviously, if there's no college basketball, we all need ways to entertain ourselves. For Tate Frasier right now, what's on the movie docket now for the next week, month, 6 months, whatever? What are you looking to hit?
Well, I just finished The Outsider on HBO. I think that's a great show for people that haven't seen that. They should go check that out, and maybe get HBO if you don't have it. This is a good time to do that. And I had never seen the Before trilogy, Richard Linklater films, very romantic film. So I watched Before Sunrise last night, and then I got to watch Before Sunset. Then I got to watch Before Midnight. So I got 2 more to go. So that's where I'm at, Jon Rothstein.
Well, we appreciate a couple of minutes, Tate. Know how busy you are. You've got all this stuff going on behind you. Is that your dog, by the way, in the background?
Yeah, we got 2 dogs. We got Kaya in the back, and we got Chai, a husky, right behind me.
Okay, all right. Well, we appreciate. I think you have a dog coming right behind you right now. Be careful.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll do my best. I'll duck out if I need to.
I didn't know you were an animal person, man. Look at you. You're very well rounded.
Oh, I don't like to share too much, John. You know what I mean? I like to keep my personal life separate. But when you're in a quarantine, what else can you do other than just let people in? So I'm letting people in. This is life in a quarantine. I'm not even in my own house, but I'm doing my best.
Tate Frasier, one half of Titus and Tate, one of the great podcasts we have in the college basketball world. You can catch those guys out over on Fox Sports. Tate, thanks for sacrificing life and limb to come on Stuff today. Be careful with that dog right now over your right shoulder. And again, stay safe, my friend. Regards to Titus, by the way.
Absolutely. I'll let him know that you're thinking of him, and have a great day and good luck.
All right, you got it.